Hey guys, this is me, Hainz'el, and this is another tip or another video tutorial about running your online business. So basically, if by any chance that once in your lifetime you've tried sending mass email to people and it only ended in the spam folder, that's actually because you might have missed one step. Okay, so let me get that in a bit. So basically, what you see in front of you is what we call Brevo, and this is an email marketing CRM. There are different email marketing CRM, and Go High Level, Active Campaign, and other email CRM has that, very function. But for today, I'm going to use Brevo, and the reason because I think Brevo is one of the email marketing tool that isn't very strict, and at the same time their pricing is really affordable. And as you may know, since this isn't an all-in-one marketing sorry, this is not an all-in-one CRM, it's pretty much easier for a startup to build and use instead of like using an all-in-one CRM. Though I basically have my very own Go High Level account, I just think that they are more strict when it comes to sending emails. Okay, so one of the reason why people are also using email marketing CRM is because you would be able to monitor the status of the campaign. So let's give you an example. So I have a couple of campaigns that I created here, and as you can see, some of them, okay, you would be able to see the open rate, the click rate, the bounce rate. Actually, you would be able to see the bounce rate. So if you click here in the in marketing, you'll see more information. So I've sent campaigns to 219 people. I got 15%, 32 open rate, 140 click rate, 67%. So and if you click on this, you would be able to see more details like the delivery rate, unsubscribe rate, the people who unsubscribed from your email or campaign, and all those stuff. All right. So now you're aware of why people use email marketing, tool. Aside from the actual, metrics that you can see, if you send emails to, business to, making business to business transaction, it's really gonna be time consuming. That is why people use, this kind of tool to be able to send mass email instead of like sending one is to one email. And sometimes if you do send email, like for example, I have let's say 20 people that I'm going to send emails. If I use Gmail, and I try to send emails to them, all of them would be able to see who received it. It's not like one is to one email. So that's why people tend to use email marketing softwares. Okay. So again, going back to the topic, why is that sometimes emails doesn't end up in the inbox? So if you take a look at your inbox, there are categories: primary email, promotions, socials, stuff like that, and spam. So aside from the trigger words that you shouldn't be using, like for example, you're going to send a newsletter or mass email, if you use trigger words or keywords that could identify your email as a spam or as a promotional email, and sometimes if you've used too much graphics in it, then basically what will happen is your email will end up in the spam folder. Okay, so anyway, aside from that, there are cases that your email isn't authenticated by the CRM. Okay, so so this actually means that the CRM itself doesn't recognize your domain as an authenticated domain, and same thing, the domain doesn't recognize, the CRM as a tool that you will use for email marketing, something like that. That's the best explanation that I can do at the moment. And because of that, your emails will become not authenticated. So let me just find where I can see that here. Because the platform actually changed. So let me go ahead and go to settings. Okay, so if I go here under senders and domains, if for example my email is not authenticated, you will see that it's not authenticated, and there is a way for you to basically authenticate the CRM tool to your domain. So sometimes it's this is what you just need to do. Okay, so okay, all right, so I went here under domains, and as you can see it says not authenticated. This is what I mean. Okay, so again, all you just need to do is go to in some CRMs you'll see here SMTP DKIM, settings, stuff like that. But for Brevo, you can actually see that in the settings. Okay, so I'm sorry for the noise. Okay, all right. So now we have this one. It says not authenticated. So when you click on authenticate, it will give you options, which is the platform will help you to authenticate it, recommended. So they will log you into the domain that you use, or you authenticate it yourself. So Brevo will basically detect what is your hosting, what is your domain provider, which they did, so hosting and stuff like that. All right, so I'm not gonna fill out the details. I'm not gonna enter my credentials because I already authenticated it a while ago. So let me show you how I did it. Okay, so so if you go to your domains, you go to DNS name server and stuff like that, and then I will type the search box. You will see Brevo right here. Okay, so as you can see, I listed it already. So the reason why it's still appearing not authenticated is actually because once you authenticate it, once you enter the information here, it usually takes 24 to 48 hours for the what we call propagation, for the actual syncing of stuff. So that's how it goes. Even if you're, for example, gonna link your domain to a hosting site, so a different hosting site, like for example if you use Wix, if you use WordPress and stuff like that, most propagation take 24 to 48 hours. And that is why you see, again, even if I entered the details here, it is still not authenticated in here. Now I can try to probably refresh it. Sometimes refreshing it is doing the stuff, but as you can see, it hasn't. Okay, now I think you will wonder, where did I get all of this numbers and code from? Of course, this will not come from me. So it's simply like you're syncing them, and there you have to put in a code, stuff like that. This is how you also do the API thing. Okay, now you will be able to get all of these information if you actually click on Authenticate and then select Authenticate yourself, and then click Continue. It will provide you the numbers, the codes, and stuff like that. So all you just need to do is to copy and paste it. Now if I click Authenticate this email, oh, okay, it says authenticated. I think I have to like do the push. All right, so I'm gonna refresh it. Okay, all right. So I basically had my domain and my email marketing tool authenticated. So I should expect that my email campaign wouldn't end up in the spam folder. All right. So aside from this, like for example, people have been tagging your, like for example, right? So for example, your email marketing went or already came through the inbox, and a lot of people has been tagging your email as spam. Then what will happen, honestly? So what will happen is you will actually be tagged as spam by Google, and sometimes you have to lift the spam, the spam band or something. So you have to like go to Google. You have to go to a certain link in Google. Just find it in the Google search box, and then it will basically give you a form that you have to fill out and stuff like that. So this is my example. If you're going to do mass email marketing and you have like marketing at companyname.com, like for example, like that, I wouldn't use that main email. So what I would suggest is get another email, like for example, marketing, Z marketing, like for example, like that, or Z Cantos marketing, or Ella, So probably use one of your staff name. So your email wouldn't look like as it's a marketing campaign, so people would open it first instead of like throwing the email just because it came from a marketing email. So that's just a suggestion. Or, it wouldn't be tagged as spam automatically just because of the word marketing in the actual email. All right? Okay, I think that's about it. You can also try senders. Adding a sender. So instead of like using marketing at geekgenius.com, I can basically add a sender, which is like for example Z at geekgenius.io, stuff like that. And then when they try to reply to that email, there's actually a settings that if they reply to that specific email, it would automatically be routed to marketing. So that way, even if I used the Z at geekgenius.com email for example, then it would look like as a person that sent them the offer, not really a marketing agency. Okay, so that's just simple tips. I hope I was able to help you out. If you guys need anything, as long as I would be able to share it properly, I'd be happy to. All right. Again, this is Hainz'el, and I hope you learned something today. Bye bye.